And finally, we have Sapphire. Starting with one cost inkable, develop your brain action. Look at the top two cards of your deck. Put one into your hand and the other on the bottom of your deck. There was another card that was comparable to this way earlier that was Reflection, I think, out of Amethyst. Look at the top three cards and put it back in any order. I think this one is a lot better. I just don't know how playable it is. Um, well, it's definitely playable. Definitely put it in the 3 out of 5 category. Um, Looking at top two, put one in hand and the other on the bottom of your deck. So you're like, that gives you an extra ability to control your draws. Mm, yeah. 4 out of 5. Magic Golden Flower. One cost inkable, banish this item, remove up to 3 damage from chosen character. It's not reusable, so it's one of the first one of the couple of items that you have to banish it in order to use it. It depends on how good healing is going to be, but item generation in Sapphire has a role to play, as we see later on, and cheap cost items could play a factor in that, so 3 out of 5. Scepter of Arendelle. One cost inkable item. Activate. Chosen character gains support this turn. Whenever they quest, you may add their attack to another chosen character's attack this turn. I don't know how effective the ability is going to be, but again, cheap items can play a role. So 2 out of 5. One cost action. Inkable. Work together. Chosen character gains support this turn. Whenever they quest. Blah 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 blah. Love the art. Love the scene from the movie. Just I don't know how good the effect is going to be. 1 out of 5. Our 2-drop Inkable 2/2 for 2 lore. Solid playable, 3 out of 5. Coconut Basket 2-drop item. Inkable. Consider the coconut. Whenever you play a character, you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. So this is a little better than the one that has to get banished for 3. Like, you can play Coconut Basket, it just stays in play, and every time you play another character, you can heal something from somebody else. 3 out of 5. Grammatala. 4 out of 5. 2-drop Inkable. 1/1. I will be with you. When this character is banished, you may put this card into your inkwell face down and exerted. 1 lore. Um, Obviously, doesn't have the great stats, doesn't do a lot of lore generation, but the fact that when it's banished, you may put it into your inkwell face down and exerted is rampable, and ramp is first. This is like the first time I think that we come across it in Lorcana. It'll be this card and a Mickey Mouse coming up. That is insane. The question is, like, will it get banished? With wide AoE, yes, but most of the time I don't think that this is a card that like your opponent is going to answer for any reason. So you're just playing a 2-drop and then questing with it for 1 lore, or running it into something to get it banished in of itself. Nevertheless, incredibly playable and incredibly good. 1 jump ahead. 2 cost song. Put the top card of your deck into inkwell face down and exerted. Um, Kind of interesting in the fact that any card now at this point can be thrown into your inkwell face down, so it doesn't have to be an ink card. It is a ramp, which makes it really good, and it is a song that makes it really good. Definitely a 4 out of 5 if you're going to ramp strategy. Velocities, 2-drop inkable, 3/1 with support, 1 lore. Um, I mean, he can give your low cost characters a lot of attack to swing up into things. 3 out of 5. Bell, Tinker. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 1 less for the next item you play this turn. 2, 3, 2 lore. Definitely solid as far as like looking at the stat board across the line. But the fact that you can pay less for your items is very good. You can actually pay free for like the 1 cost item, 1 for the coconuts, and items do play a role in blue decks. Fishbone Quill, 3 cost inkable item. Go ahead and sign. Exhaust. Put any card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Again, rampable item. Now we're getting into a category that is, I'm expending a lot of cards from my hand to ramp up into something. So I need some kind of insane payoff to be able to do anything with it. So 3 out of 5, definitely playable, but it's starting to build questions. If it's not Baroque, 3 cost action, return an item card from your discard pile to your hand. We're interacting with our discard pile. If our item gets answered, or we've used it or gone around with it, we have an ability to bring it back. 2.5 out of 5. Jasmine, 3 drop, inkable, 3/3, 2 lore, 3 out of 5. Okay, playable. Mickey Mouse, 3 drop, 1/3. Get a clue. When you play this character, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So it's like reverse draw. He technically replaces himself. So I play a character, play a 3, get another ink. 4 out of 5. This is what we want ramp to look like. Ariel, 4 drop, 3/3. Look at this stuff. Whenever you play an item, you may ready this character. So Teen Titans Go was a strategy, excuse me, was a combo, basically a 1-turn kill in versus system. When I look at a card like this card does not have the restriction that it cannot quest again. If there comes a time in Lorcana where you can add lore to a character via some method, this card is insane. 5 out of 5. Like, quest with Ariel, play an item, quest with Ariel, play an item, quest with Ariel, play an item, quest with Ariel, play an item. Watch this card carefully. I have a problem with it as a card gamer in design and like building cards. Like these kind of cards make the design space very, very limited. Aurora, 4 drop, inkable. 2/5, Disarming Beauty. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 attack this turn. 1 lore. Again, like high defense characters, they have some support around in blue. There's a world where I want to do things to give my opponent's characters -attack, so that when I swing into him, I don't take any damage back. 2 out of 5 right now. Bell, 4 drop, inkable, 2/4. Read a book. During your turn, you may put an additional card from your hand into your inkwell face down. Extra ramp. My favorite part. While you have 10 or more cards in your inkwell, this character gets +4 lore. 5 lore. This is one of your win conditions for ramping in blue. Um, 4 out of 5. Seems really good. Eye of the Fates. 4 cost inkable item. Activate. Chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. Hey, not 4 cards ago, we were talking about Ariel and giving him giving a character extra lore. Well, here's an item that gives a character extra lore. Potentially playable. Is it good? I don't know. Combo, it can be very interesting. We're getting a little pricey. Blue obviously has all the ramp in the world and a lot of cheap items. Something to be very mindful of. 3 out of 5. Maleficent. 4 drop inkable, 3/4, 2 lore. 2 out of 5. Solid. Merlin, self-appointed mentor. Support, 3/4, 4 drop inkable, 1 lore. Fantastic art, 3 out of 5. Is that fair? Is that fair to the 2 drop that I just gave? 2 out of 5? Yeah, it is, because the art is just that much better. Aurora, 5 drop inkable, 3/5. Shift, you may pay 3 to play on top of one of your characters named Aurora. Protective Embrace, your other characters gain ward. 2 ink. Depends on how good action items are going to be. There are obviously very good action items. Additionally, there are very good when entering the battlefield effects like Maleficent. And you can protect very high priority targets. So, say you're building an aerial strategy. This seems like a solid inclusion. 3 out of 5. Donald Duck, 5 drop inkable with a ward. 4/3, 2 ink, 2 lore, excuse me. 3 out of 5. Jasmine, Queen of Agrabah, 3, shift 3, 2/5, 2 lore. When you play this character and whenever she quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from each of your characters. So there's like princess mechanics that you're like swinging with. So if you quest with Jasmine, heal your characters, ready your princesses, and swing and then heal all your princesses. 3 out of 5. I can see some playable there. Let It Go. Song. Put chosen character into their player's inkwell face down and exerted. 5 cost inkable. Yeah, this is targeted removal, much like the Ruby Banish card. Um, you can ramp your opponent or you can ramp yourself, which is something that you should always keep in mind. But the fact that it answers something that your opponent has or progresses your strategy makes it very playable. 5 out of 5. Maleficent, 5 drop, 3/6, 3 lore. 6, very solid playable point. It's probably going to take 2 challenges to get rid of it. It's got 3 lore. That is something that has to be answered. And it costs 5. Solid point. 3 out of 5. Maurice, 6 drop, inkable, 2/7. Give it a try. Whenever this character quests, you may pay 2 less for the next item you play this turn. Whenever you play an item, you may draw a card. On item strategies, very, very solid card. You're basically paying an item for free, and whenever you're playing it, you're drawing cards. Seems good. Definitely going to have the ink to play around with it too, as well, being that you're in blue and you're probably ramping to do something. 3 out of 5. Mufasa, 6 drop, inkable, 4/6, 3 lore. 2 out of 5. Yeah, that's fine. Robin Hood, 6 drop, inkable, 4/4, feed the poor. When you play this character, if an opponent has more cards in their hand than you, draw a card, replacing yourself. Seems pretty good. Good shot. During your turn, this character gains evasive. They can challenge characters with evasive. Again, I I wish that evasive characters like this or abilities like this, like why not just give this character evasive? Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But solid playable, 3 out of 5. Scar, 6 drop, inkable, 5/4. Insidious Pod. When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 attack this turn. 2 lore. Play it, make something very weak, swing your stuff into it, walk away. Seems okay with what you're going to do. 3 out of 5. Chief Tway, 3/6, 7 drop inkable support for 3 lore. 1 out of 5. I don't know why this might be part of what you're trying to look into doing when you could play a 5 drop that doesn't have any support but also has 3 lore and it's also a 3/6. Like Maleficent does everything this card does except without the support. So how important is support? Everything's going very slow here. Hades, 7 drop, 3/6. Is there a downside to this? When you play this character, you may put chosen opposing character into their player's inkwell face down to lore 7, 3/6. It answers something, very much like the song. The only problem is that this is only choosing opposing character, slowing your opponent down, potentially winning the game next turn. Like it has a place, definitely playable. 3 out of 5. Triton, 7 drop, inkable, 5/9 to lore, 1 out of 5. Tamatoa, 8 drop, inkable, 5/8. What have we here? When you play this character, and whenever he quests, you may return an item card from your discard pile to your hand. Love recycling. Glam, this character gets +1 lore for each item you have in play. There's a world where you have like a 8, like if you're just a heavy item deck and you're playing around the strategy of ramping and building into items and so on and so forth, like generating an insane amount of lore with just Tamatoa. Like these are your payoff cards. So what are you combining with to make it to the strategy to pay off? What are you combining with it to make it to your payoff of Tamatoa to get there? Like we've seen some decent items within different colors, and in Lorcana you can mix and match 2 colors. So like, what is the best thing that you can do there to have an ultimate payoff with Tamatoa? I am a high on this card though, 4 out of 5. I think that is like these abilities, as I was mentioning earlier in blue, make me really, really uncomfortable. And I think that's it.